Hello YouTube, welcome back to Assetto Corsa Extra actually. This week is an Assetto Corsa Extra video. Let's get myself going. Get ourselves out at Spa, we're at Spa, so this is going to be quite nice and fun. But, and I'm going to leave it in this view. I generally tend to leave it in this view in the extra videos. Unless I'm showing off something specific. I love the noise of this car, by the way. Anyway, first thing I do want to mention is please do watch this video right through till the very end, because this is quite an important video, and I'd like lots and lots of feedback off this, as much feedback as possible, because it is really important. Just gonna kick that down. What's this video going to be about? Well, I'm going to talk about what I am going to be doing, or what I intend to do, should the opportunity arise and should everything work out, over the next couple of months, starting over the next couple of months, on this channel, or should I say, with my Let's Play, Simulator Play reviews career on YouTube and now Twitch. At this point, got to cue myself to put the Twitch information up. 3, 2, 1, there. Perfect. Okay. So, why this? Why am I talking to you guys about it? Well, I started off with simulators. I started off with Assetto Corsa with my channel. Yes, my channel has expanded now to have a few more simulators in. I've played Dirt Rally. I've played some strategy games, City Skylines, Train Fever, that kind of stuff. I've had a look at Kerbal Space Program, The Long Dark. I've played on my channel for a couple of episodes. London Underground Simulator, that was kind of interesting. A little bit boring after a while because you don't have too much to explore. But I've also done a lot of Assetto Corsa, 111 full episodes of Assetto Corsa, as well as 11 extras now, plus some career mode episodes I've done. So I think we're looking at, in total, I think I've probably done about 130 episodes of Assetto Corsa so far, which is not too bad. And of course, it did start just as Assetto Corsa, just in its very basic form, but the gist of it's remained the same. I look at the cars, I look at the tracks in Assetto Corsa, and I review them as to not what they are in real life, but I review them as to what they are in Assetto Corsa. How do they sound? How do they feel? How do they look? How do they drive? What bugs there are with the models? What bugs there are with the textures? That kind of stuff. Should they be in Assetto Corsa? With what they is there suitable challenge for it? Is there any need for them to be in here? Have I got ABS off or not? Yeah, it's off. That's good. Traction control is definitely off. Right, and I do that. And I do that for tracks and cars. That's all good. And that's going to remain. That's going to remain for as long as Assetto Corsa is around, and even into Assetto Corsa 2. It's definitely going to remain if they make Assetto Corsa 2. Nobody stop quoting me on, oh well, this channel said they're making Assetto Corsa 2. I have no idea. I have no inside scoop, nothing like that. I am just speculating, saying that with the success of Assetto Corsa, I think a second version of this title with upgraded features and all that would be pretty cool, and I'm sure they're considering doing this. Whether they do it or not, they may not. It may not be worth it for them. But if there is, that would continue. But there's still loads going on for 2017, 2016, the rest of this year, and 2017 in Assetto Corsa. I've got another 60, 70 episodes, I'm sure, of this ready and waiting. It's going to be going for a long time, if not more. I can easily see this reaching 300 episodes. In a couple of years' time, I can see this reaching 300 episodes or something. Because there is that much demand for videos, and it is that good. There is that much to show in Assetto Corsa. So if I've got all this and there's all this good stuff happening, what am I talking to you guys about? Well, I want to start 2 new series with Assetto Corsa, and I want your guys' opinions. and I want your guys' help, and I want your guys' assistance with both getting this set up with the ideas and helping me work it out, work it all out, and keep it going, and keep it sustaining me, and all that kind of stuff. First of all, let me explain what the ideas are, and I want you guys to then tell me what you guys think of them once I get around this corner. That's not going to slide down this corner, is it? Never mind. Right, the idea is, at the moment, like I said, I've got this one series. Clutch kick there. I've got this one series, it's fine. I'll be wanting to bring back the GT3 series, but it's a long process, it does take a lot of work. So instead, I've decided that I'm going to do this incrementally. Of course, there's other games going to be coming to YouTube and Twitch. At the moment, I'm starting off Minecraft on Twitch very shortly, because, you know, I like Minecraft, and it's not going to be just a vanilla Minecraft play. I'm talking life in the woods. It's going to be some complex stuff, lots of thinking, lots of designing and planning, you know, that kind of stuff that I like to do. But of course, simulation is going to be always big on my channel, whether it's here or on Twitch. It's going to be a big thing. There's going to be a lot of simulation stuff, whether it's flight simulators or things like this, race simulators, whether it's Rally in Dirt or Formula 1 or R Factor or Assetto Corsa or stuff like that, whether it's racing or reviewing. And I was thinking, best way to start this is by doing 2 new series, or start to plan 2 new series. One series will be on both Twitch and YouTube, and that one I'll talk about first. That series is going to be a sort of an engineering mixed with racing series. So think about it as a series where if you know how to race, or you like racing in simulators, but you're not too sure too much about cars, you don't have that much knowledge about cars, you just like the drive, that will be a series for you. Similarly, if you do know about cars, but you're not too sure on how to maybe improve your driving, or what you want to be looking out for in driving, whether it's real life racetrack driving or in a simulator, it doesn't have to be Assetto Corsa either. Remember, it's not going to be just limited to Assetto Corsa and maybe showing it in Assetto Corsa, but it will apply to any simulator and real life. That's what I really want to do. That series will be for you as well, because we'll be covering things like oversteer. We'll be covering things like understeer, which I'm going to hopefully avoid right here. Perfect. Because I hate understeering around that corner. We're going to be covering things oversteer, understeer. We'll be covering ABS, traction control. We'll be covering setup, suspension. We'll also be covering lots and lots of information about the actual cars, why cars are designed the way they are, different engine types, different we'll be talking about different drivetrain layouts, you know, front engine, rear engine, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. We'll be talking about different gearing systems, whether you're looking at paddle shifters or whether you're looking at H pattern, as they call it, or, you know, your full manual transmission. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how that works. You know, we'll talk about how the clutch, you know, advanced maneuvers using the clutch or something. We can talk about heel-toe braking. We'll be talking about clutch kicking. We can talk about blipping the throttle, all that kind of stuff. Why you need to do it, as well as, you know, how you do it, and demonstrations of how you do those things. So that's what I'm looking at doing. For example, you know, I could say, okay, well, going around here, I mean, I think this car auto blips, but I'm going to blip it anyway. Yeah, neutral and back into double clutching, we could talk about stuff like that. All this stuff I want to be talking about in a series that's designed to make people not just better racers in whether it's real life or Assetto Corsa or iRacing or R Factor or Live for Speed or whatever you play, but to make them more understanding of the cars they're driving, whether it's real cars or not. You'll also learn about, you know, things on your real car. So we could talk about brake fade and brake wear and brake temperatures, tire fade, tire temperatures, wearing out tires unevenly, all that kind of stuff. I want to talk about all of that in a simulation environment so that people can learn more about cars and really enjoy their driving a bit more. That's Series 1. It's not too much of a complicated series, but it would have, you know, animations and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot to be going on it. And that's Series 1. The second one is going to be a little bit more interesting, because even though I'm going to be using a simulator, it's going to be talking about the cars that are available in the simulator. Not all of them, we're talking road cars only, and we'll talk about why I like them and information about the cars. In this, we're not going to be talking about how Assetto Corsa or Kunos have modelled them, or how the modders have modelled the car. We're not going to be talking about how the car has a texture that's wrong, or has a sound that's a bit off, or something like that. We're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be looking at the cars that I enjoy both in real life and in Assetto Corsa, why I like them, and all the information about them, their history, you know, what succeeded it, what preceded it, why is it so famous, why is the GT40 such an icon, why is the Ferrari F40 such an icon, why do both of them have 40 in them, why is the Toyota AE86 so important, why is the GT86 one of those, is it a pretender, is it really that good, you know, why do I like those cars, so on and so forth. That's the kind of thing I want to do, and this would be like a proper review in terms of talking about the cars. I would actually be doing a lot of, you know, I'd be sliding the cars around, I'd be driving them around. We'll be doing things where I take the car on the track and I take the car on the roads in Assetto Corsa. So the road courses, you know, Lake Louise, for example, would be the ideal one to take out cars to drive on. You take them down the windy roads and say, you know, what's it better at? Is it better at this course? Is it better at tracks, or is it better on the road? What's it designed for? All that kind of stuff. That's what I want to do with the second series, and this is going to be a Twitch only series. Of course, it's not nothing set in stone at the moment. It could be on YouTube, it could switch around. I could make one other one on Twitch. I could put the racing on Twitch, the GT3 series, when I get around to doing that on Twitch. Anyway, that's the intention. So, first things first is I need your help on advice about that. Would you guys like to see this? And if you would like to see it, I've bogged down a bit too much, I want to know. And if you wouldn't like to see it, I want to know. If you'd like to see something different, I want to know. You know, something that I could do. Secondly, is about the time and everything that it's going to take to make these things. I do want all of you guys watching this to please check out my Patreon, which the link should be, bam, right there. Okay, there's also a link in the description box below, so you can go check it out from there. Things have changed on there. If anyone's checked it out before, things have changed. I've moved things around. I've moved goals around. You'll see that there are some goals for, I don't know whether I've set it to $100 or $150 a month, which would be the one that I need to start off the race engineering, shall we call it, series. That's why I'd need to start that one off. And that's just basically to allow me to, you know, spend the time doing that, so I'm actually getting some career out of it, I suppose, making some money, and I could also spend more time doing some editing and all that kind of stuff, you know, making it look really fancy. So that's why I'm looking at that. I think it'll probably be around $150 a month is what I'm looking at. There'll be some rewards for Assetto Corsa special rewards, I think, in the side panel or whatever. So you can have a look at that. And then I think it's probably going to be at the 300. I'm probably looking at the 300, so another $150 to be looking at making the other series, which would probably be a harder series. I may even put that up to 350, depending on the amount of time it's going to take. Yeah, so that's that. That's the kind of support I'm actually looking for, as well as obviously whether you guys would be interested. The interest is the important thing. You know, I could make these videos and nobody would be interested, so it's not going to do well, and it's not worth me then making those videos. Oops, wrong gear. That was bad. I wanted second, I hit fourth, that was really bad. Yeah, So there we go. That's that. That's what I'm looking at, and that's what I intend to do. And you know, I want to know whether you guys think it's a good idea. I want to know whether you guys think it's they're terrible ideas. I want to know whether you guys think the Patreon funding is smart, or is the Patreon funding just me being absolutely ridiculous, and I should be doing this, you know, doing this in a different way. But of course, you know, for me, it's important because I'm obviously trying to make a living out of this, which is difficult, very, very difficult to do. And this would be a really good start for me to make a living out of it. Like I said, there'll be other goals that will be coming up, not just that, and it wouldn't be just related to. Obviously, it's not going to be just related to Assetto Corsa. These just happen to be the first 3 will tend to be related to Assetto Corsa. That's all. Then after that, there's going to be goals related to other things, other games, other simulators, things that I just like to do. But the important ones are the first 2. I've got to obviously get to the first 2 to really get anywhere. And I think that these could be pretty good, not just for the community, these videos, but I think they could be pretty fun to make as well. I'd really like to make them, and I'd really like your guys' support, your help, your comments, and your feedback and your suggestions on them, so I get a good idea. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos on Assetto Corsa. Do check out my Twitch and follow if you do want to follow on Twitch. At the moment, there's not going to be much there, but hey, you might find something you like. Or if I occasionally do an impromptu live stream and you're around, you don't know. I've done a couple of them, and I've had a few people on. And do leave a comment in the comments box below. Like I said, that's really, really important on this video, more important than possibly any other video at the moment, because I really want to know what to do with all this. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this all the way through if you have. And if you haven't, well, you probably haven't got to this point, so can't really thank you, but thank you for having a look at the channel anyway and having a look at this video. I hope to see you guys in another video of Assetto Corsa.